All right, problem number one is we're asked to graph y equals 3 cosecant of 2 theta minus 60 minus 1. This is in degrees. We're also asked to find the period, the phase shift, and the vertical shift. All right, so what we're going to do for this one, I've found that the easiest way to graph this is to start off by graphing y equals 3 sine of 2 theta minus 60 minus 1. Because the cosecant is just going to be the reciprocal of the sine. So if we start off by graphing this, the amplitude of this is going to be 3. That's that number out there. The period is going to be 360 divided by 2, so 180. The phase shift is going to be 60 divided by 2, which is 30. And since we're subtracting, it's going to go to the right. And the vertical shift is going to be down 1. All right, so now we can graph this sine function. So let's start with the midline. That's going to be our vertical shift. It's going to shift this midline down here to -1. And then this is sine, so it starts on the midline, but we're shifting it 30 degrees to the right. So we're going to be right here at 30 degrees, and then right on the midline. And then, of course, we're going to be back on the midline after one period. So if we add 180 plus 30, that's going to put us back on the midline after one period at 210. And then for sine, we're going to cross the midline halfway between those 2 points. So if we add 90 to this 30, we're going to be right at 120. We're going to be on the midline. And then the amplitude is 3, so our maximum is going to be 2. We're going to reach that halfway between these 2 points. And then the minimum is going to be our -1 minus 3, so we're going to go down here to -4, halfway between these 2 points. And so we get a sine function that's going to look like this. All right. Now we're ready to graph the cosecant. The cosecant, since it's a reciprocal, everywhere that this sine function crosses the midline, we're going to have an asymptote. And so at 30, and at 120, and at 210, we're going to have asymptotes. Now, I didn't draw that very straight, did I? And then starting right here at this maximum, we're going to have a point there, and it's going to go up in this direction from there. And then at this minimum, we'll have a point there, and it's going to go down in this direction from there. And so that's our secant, just the red part. And you don't have to erase this, but I'm going to erase this sine function just to show you that the cosecant is what's left here. The red. I think I said secant before. Cosecant is what's graphed here in red, and this continues on in both directions, going back and forth like that for infinity.